Hey, welcome to my channel. It's me, Gigi. I just want to say hi to all my divine feminines. This is a message to you. I'm sorry I didn't upload this weekend. I had family in town and I went out of town for a funeral, so it was kind of a jam-packed weekend. But we're here tonight. We're going to get started. I want to just first say thank you for everybody that's been supporting me. Please hit that subscribe button. Please share. Please like. Please support me. I'm trying to reach as many people in the collective as possible. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump straight in. I want to ask the universe to place a bubble around me and any of my DFs that are tuning into this video. Fill that bubble with bright white lights, 3 golden rings, and violet flames. May it shine so bright that nothing negative may ever attach. Alright. Give me messages for my divine feminine. Make them plain. I got a new tarot deck, guys, and you're the first people I'm using it on. Yay! Okay. First card we got is the King of Pentacles. And the second card that we have is the Devil. We have the Page of Swords. The Four of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is our overall outcome this week. Alright, DF. Our message for tonight is coming in very strong. We started off with the King of Pentacles. And what this card is symbolizing for my DFs is that you are finally becoming in charge of your own lives. And you guys already have been. But I see this week you're taking charge in areas that maybe you once ignored or didn't pay attention to. You have been starting to take charge in your life. But I see that there are some areas where you were still kind of riding backseat. And in this week, you're awakening, and I feel like it had a lot to do with the Aries moon. That Aries full moon energy woke, I know for myself, it woke me up in a different way, and that is what I feel has happened for the collective as a whole. So the divine feminine this week are like, you know what? I've been sitting backseat in this area of my life for too long, and I've been allowing other people, or even just, it doesn't necessarily have to be other people. It could be a mindset or something that doesn't align with where you are going has been driving you and you never realized it. It was that devil energy. It was I feel like a karmic mindset. It's something that has been ingrained in you to the point you probably didn't even notice that it was driving you. And for whatever reason this week, I know for what reason, actually, I shouldn't say for whatever reason. The reason is because it is time for you to awaken and enlighten and elevate. So therefore you have to eliminate those mindsets, those thoughts, those behaviors, those relationships, those people and places and situations that have been keeping you trapped in a cycle that you don't need to be in any longer. It's time for you to elevate. And with the King of Pentacles coming out, followed by the Devil, this is letting me know that this is a karmic tie. This is a karmic mindset. This is like generational curses. So it's like the women in your family all have the same thing, or people in your family in general all have done this same thing. And it has caused you to remain trapped, and you probably didn't even notice that you did it. And I know this is resonating with me because I have, been shaken up and realizing some karmic, some family ties and karmic issues that I have from my generation, like from generations that are coming up to me right now, are coming up for me that I didn't even know were there. So that's what this is talking about. Those soul ties, those karmic situations, the karmic cycles that are keeping you trapped that you didn't even know were buried deep beneath the surface. Now they are coming up to be healed, and now they are coming up so that you can fully step into that manifesting power, so that you can fully step into the King of Pentacles and not fear the outcome. Because divine feminine, if you hold on to that fear, it'll trap you every time. And it's okay to be a little bit scared. It's okay to have fear when you're doing something new, because you're taking a risk. So it's exciting. It's you going out on a limb. But you don't want to let fear be what controls your life. You don't want to allow the fear to lead you down paths that you don't want to go. That is why time and time again, we as the divine feminine have found ourselves in repeated cycles. And I'm not saying that the divine masculine haven't gone through this too, but the divine feminine have been on a spiritual journey or becoming enlightened for years now, for some of us, and for months, and for, for long periods of time. And it's like you take 10 steps back and then, or 10 steps forward, and then it feels like you're getting knocked back again. And the feminine, it was because we were being forced to repeat cycles. It was because we were being forced to learn lessons through to the end, so that we can clear them out forever. And so this week, with the King of Pentacles and the Devil coming out, I just see this as a very powerful week following that Aries moon, where you're going to be receiving so many triggers, but they are triggers to get you to see that this is a cycle that has kept you trapped, and that has blocked you from being able to receive your full, what is the word I'm looking for? To be able to receive your full power. Like, you aren't fully aligned with what it is you're supposed to be doing because you've been kind of trapped. The Page of Swords is in the middle of our week, so that is our focus. With this being the focus, this is saying that you're awakening to a truth that you may have not known. And you've been awakening. You've been undergoing spiritual awakenings. You've been traveling. You've been doing all of these different things, but it almost feels like this week is a week of answers. Like, something is coming in, and it's going to be in small ways, small symbols. Because I just see that, I don't know if you guys can see in there, but there's those bananas. And I, for some reason, just feel like, the banana has the peel, and you have to peel it to get to the banana, like the actual fruit that you're going to eat. And that's what's happening for you right now. Like, you're receiving little bits of signs and pieces of the peel. Like, you're peeling the peel from the banana so that you can get to the actual banana, the part that you can eat. And as you continue to do that, small truths will be presented to you, because, the universe can't just come and show us the entire picture of what is happening, because if it did that, then what would be the point of the journey? So this week you're going to be receiving some answers that kind of peel a little bit of information back for you and cause you to get back into alignment and realize, you know what? That makes sense. That's why I've been trapped, or that's why I've been blocked, or I never even noticed that I did that. I never even noticed that my mom did that, or that my grandma did that. Honestly, this is a week where I feel like everything can be assigned to you, and I feel that's the case every week. I might have said that in readings before, because I'm just a person that takes all of the signs. But what I will say is pay attention to your family this week, because Divine Feminine, I feel that as a collective, you're going to notice some patterns and some thoughts and some behaviors that stem from generations before you. Generations. And as a collective, I bet you there's a lot of patterns of the women and the cycles of our families that we all have bits and pieces of, and we aren't aware of them until we actually focus. So this week, focus on those areas and focus on the things that, are being presented to you. Focus on those peels, because only then, once you start to peel the banana, can you eat it. So continuously keep your eyes open and continuously focus on the truths that are being presented to you through the signs. Believe your signs. Do not argue with a sign that you receive. Don't go back and forth and say, well, that sign's probably not true because, last week I was thinking the same thing and it wasn't true. No, this week, whatever signs you receive, pay attention to them, because they are the truth, and they are leading you to another part of the truth that you need in order to heal, in order to elevate and move on to the next cycle that you are meant to go on to. You can't stay trapped in this devil energy. It just doesn't serve you. It really doesn't. We have the Four of Cups coming out, and I love the Four of Cups in this deck. It's just very powerful. Like, with this being a child and a baby cub, I feel that you've experienced a lot of different things. You've gone through, heartbreak. You've gone through pain. You've gone through abandonment and codependency. Like, you've been fighting so many wounds that were buried deep within, and now your inner child is hungry for that growth and that elevation. And so therefore, that is why you are being presented with the things in the way that you're being presented with them. Your inner child and your higher self is calling for a shaking up. It's like you've retained all of this information. You've been doing all this research. Yes, you've been healing. You've done this. You've done that. And I'm not downplaying any of the stuff that you did. But they're like, okay, now what? We finished that part. You've done all of that work. It's time to get to the core issue so we can start living our life in a way we couldn't even imagine or dream of. Now is the time where we're going to be eating. We're going to be sitting in our truth fearlessly. And I don't know if you guys see in the background the sick or the parent, or I don't know who that is, taking care of the sick person. Like, that is you. You're healing. You're nourishing yourself. I feel that your old self, you know, your old self is just here now. And it's like, I'm sick and tired of it. You're sick and tired of feeling that way. You're sick and tired of being trapped in the same cycles. You're sick and tired of having to bend to everyone else's beck and call, or to live a life that is not truly in alignment with who you are and who you want to be. So therefore, you're rising up. And I just see you bravely eating. Like, you're sitting there because you're just now beginning this journey. In a sense, your inner child is healing. And in the other sense, you are a child now because you are beginning a new journey, and you are raising yourself to be a tough warrior and to be a king or a queen, to fully embody a divine feminine. You are raising yourself now from a cub to a lion. And throughout that process, you must learn to hunt. You must learn to do everything. And you've already undergone all of that. And that is why, yes, you are a child, so to speak, because you are beginning a new journey. You are going somewhere you have never gone. So it feels foreign. It feels like you're a child, like everything is going to excite you. But that is why this is happening. You've already done all of the healing work you can do in that cycle. It is really actually time for you to close it out. So it's just time for you to figure out some next moves, figure out the next steps. And last but not least, we have the Seven of Pentacles. And I must say, I love the Seven of Pentacles in this deck because there's so much happening. For one, I see this person, and I feel like that is you right now. That's kind of how you're feeling. And maybe you don't physically feel so drained, but your body is released from that cycle. It is done. And now you are racing to the finish line with the remains of this body. Like, I see this skull is, or this skeleton is him. That's how I'm interpreting this card right now. And I just see you're racing. You know, you're hand in hand with it because your old self is going with you. Your ego is going with you. But you have somewhere to be, and you see that now. No ifs, ands, or buts. You've been teased. You've been depleted. You've been hurt. You've been heartbroken. You've been told that you would never make it to where you are. And here you stand today. You're not dying to the old bullshit. No, they might have thought you were dead, but you're rising from the dead. That skull, that skeleton, and that man are running. That is you running into your new cycle with all of those lessons that you've learned from the past. You know, you're still carrying them with you. Even your ego's going with you. Your ego's always a part of you. And honestly, until we embrace all sides of ourselves, we will never fully be whole. So you're moving so fast and so quickly into this new cycle that others are like, wow, I thought she was going to give up. No, you thought wrong. Or I thought he was going to give up. Nope, you thought wrong. Six of Cups is clarifying the King of Pentacles. Clarity on the Devil. Just one card, please. Clarity on the Devil. Okay. We have counterparts coming out. The Queen of Pentacles. Clarity on the Page of Swords. The Two of Swords. Clarity on the Four of Cups. The Ace of Wands. Clarity on the Seven of Pentacles. I'm only going to take one card. clarity on the Seven of Pentacles. If 2 falls out again, then I'll take them both, but I'm just trying to take one. The Eight of Cups. That's perfect. Grounding our whole reading once again. Look at that. The King of Pentacles. If y'all ain't awakening and sitting in your own power and in your own throne and controlling your life, even those aspects that you didn't know were lying dormant, I don't know what else is a sign. Like, that is, oh my goodness, this is such a powerful reading. Okay, so clarifying the King of Pentacles, we have the Six of Cups. This is what I said. Your past has played such a large part into your life and has played such a role to the point where you've downplayed yourself or allowed others to be in a driver's seat that you needed to be in. And I feel literally that most of you did not even know that this was there. It's like you've been doing all this healing work and you've been getting in charge of your own life in certain aspects, but you had those certain aspects from your past that were still here, just lying dormant, staying, you know, just beneath the surface, and you never knew they were here. But this week they began to come up, and it's like, now that they're coming up, they can't be ignored. You're like, okay, you're realizing why it was presented to you, and you're realizing how these things that were presented to you were blocks for you. They were things that have kept you trapped in this cycle, and they are the reasons that every time you take 10 steps forward, you feel like you get knocked back another 5 steps. They're very specific reasons for that. And the Six of Cups, the past is filled with those reasons, and now this week they're being brought up to the surface, and you're healing them. You are literally healing them in such a way that you take your throne by the end of the week. And I say that with confidence. You take your throne by the end of the week because you realize the areas. And when Divine Feminine, you are on an accelerated path, if I'm saying that correctly. Your path is now being sped up. That is why you're being triggered quicker. You know, before it felt like we would go through this and then in 2 months or 3 months we heal that. Like, we worked through issues. Now it's like, nope, like constant. Nope. It's time, because it's accelerating. We need to wake up. The planet needs us. So therefore, we're being triggered. It's like a factory right now. There's throwing things at us. Come on. It's time. Now you. Like, we're healing. We have no choice. That's the truth of this. So it's going to keep happening. And the more you try to ignore it, the more that it's going to come up for you. Divine Feminine, we are meant to shake this planet up. We are here to create a new world. And we cannot do that being controlled or allowing our past to be what maneuvers us. TD Jakes said a quote. When you hold on to your history, it takes away from your... I cannot think. When you hold on to your history, it takes away from your future. Or when you hold on to your history, it takes away from your destiny. Something like that. But that's what just came into my mind. Like, holding on to our history is going to take away from our destiny. We must learn from our history, let it go, hold on to those lessons that we learned from it, but let the feelings, the emotions, the people, those things that just have clouded us and kept our shoulders heavy and our bodies tired, let it go. We can't hold on to that. We're here to save a planet. Do you think we have time to worry about that heartbreak that happened to us? No. I'm sorry, you guys, and I know that might sound insensitive to some people, but that's just the truth. The mission that we are sent here for, Divine Feminine, we really don't have time to dwell on things that just don't serve us anymore. There's a reason you are undergoing this spiritual awakening. There is a reason that things turned out the way that they did and why you ended up with certain situations and certain people and certain things. There is a reason, divine reasoning behind everything. Queen of Pentacles is clarifying the Devil. This card is a counterpart to the King of Pentacles coming out. And this is just letting me know that intuitively, you already know what this Devil energy is. Intuitively, you already know what has been blocking you from what you are trying to manifest and from the webs that you are trying to weave. But you've remained trapped and stuck there because it was dormant. And if you would have taken the time to fully meditate and allow all of those emotions and everything to come up, you would have known and discovered this and healed it long ago. Because I just see this as something that the universe may have been sending you signs on, but at the time you weren't ready to hear them or see them or pay attention to them or heal them. And now you are. Now you're here, you're awakening, and you're starting to realize, okay, this is it. This is the big one. This is what I have to do now. I'm on this track. I cannot get off. And you're intuitively protecting. I just see you're protected, like fully protected. Your intuition is protected. Everything for you is right on because the universe has stepped in and intervened so that you can wrap this cycle up and get on. Get on to what we are here for and get on to that healing part and that passionate part and the loving part of your life. The part where we heal this globe with love. And everyone, I hear so many people saying, oh, well, you can't change we can't ever change the world. Like, bull. Bull, bull, bull. There are people every single day that change the planet, and maybe it doesn't, stick 100% the way that they did it, but they changed the planet. I mean, it's just the truth. Page of Swords is clarified by the Two of Swords, and this is your focus. So your focus this week is making your own decision. Making the decision to pay attention to the signs and not ignore them. Making the decision to move in a way that is enlightened and move as the enlightened being and divine feminine that you are. Moving in a space and in a way that allows people to know, hey, I'm here. I accept my challenge, universe, and whoever else, and I'm going to make sure that the work that I put out is from here, from my heart, and that the things and the way that I move is from my heart, not from my mom's heart or from my grandma's heart or from my uncles or my dad's or my brothers, whoever's. It's not from anyone else's heart. It's from yours. You are needing to make the decision now to move in your truth based on the truths that are presented to you. This is all your choice. Everything is our choice. And when I said you don't have a choice, I'm meaning that the universe is going to keep triggering you until you finally make the choice to wake up. And first it's just a little tiny whisper. Oops, get it together. Then it becomes louder and louder and louder, and then eventually you're just going to be getting shaken, and you're going to sit down and come to your senses of like, wow. I mean, let's be honest. That's probably how most of us came into our spiritual journey. We had been receiving signs to wake up. We've been receiving all of this guidance, but we didn't listen. It's not until you fall on your face that you're realizing like, wow, it's time for a change. I don't like how I feel right now. And so that is where you're at. You are at a crossroads. You're going to either face this truth and heal and accept what is being presented to you, or you're going to continue to be triggered until you're on your face and you're ready to wake up and hear your divine guidance to move forward. So act wisely and honestly just pay attention, because the universe is presenting you with so many signs. It's nothing to fear, guys, also. Because I know myself, and I would hear that and just instantly like, oh my goodness, but it's nothing to fear. We should know that. The universe does nothing but protects us, and it's always, 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 always conspiring in our best interest above anything else. The Ace of Wands clarifies the Four of Cups. So you are being presented with a truth, and you are aligning with that truth. I just honestly see the week as the decision's already been made for you. You've already intuitively made the decision. And yes, you still have time to opt out. But the Divine Feminine Collective I'm reading for, I just see you made the decision. And it's like you're rewarded instantly with intuitive guidance for how to move forward. Because, you're going to be walking away from some things, as we see with the Eight of Cups, clarifying that Seven of Pentacles. Shit, some of y'all might be running away from some things. But either way, you're moving away from some things. And with that being said, you're presented immediately with the wisdom and the intuitive thoughts, intuitive messages that you need in order to move forward. And, it's literally like you're like, all right, I'm ready to drop this. And instantly you go outside the next day and something is presented to you. So for an example, you quit your job because you've been saying it for so long. And this week your boss just really pushed your last button. So you're like, you know what? I quit. The universe has been waiting for you to do that. That's why this week they made you become triggered to the point where you couldn't hold on anymore. You quit, and the next day you get a call from a friend, and they're like, hey, I don't know if you were still interested in quitting your job or not, but this just came up for me. And it's like that. That's what's happening for you. You drop something and instantly something is presented to you. And maybe it's not going to be the next day, but it's going to be pretty rapidly. Like I said, this track is very accelerated. Even just from week to week, the energies that I pick up on are so powerful and so intense. You can just tell that our journey is like this because we're needing to awaken. Look at our planet, guys. We need us. The divine feminine have to awaken. We are the ones that will rise above and help save the collective. So our missions are very powerful. Very, very powerful. And as I said, our outcome this week is the Eight of Cups. Clarifying that Seven of Pentacles. Walking away, running away from the past. It's like you see whatever message it was and you're like, you know what? I'm out. I cannot stay here any longer. I'm done with this cycle. I don't want to live this same shit. I don't want to go through this again. I got to get away from this. So therefore, I'm dropping it and I'm moving towards what I need to move towards. I'm not going to stay in this cycle again. I'm not meant to stay in this cycle, and I'm not going to stay in this cycle. All right, Divine Feminine, I'm going to pull an Isis Oracle card for us. That was such a powerful reading. We'll pull an Isis Oracle card, and then that will take us out. Can I have an Isis Oracle card for my Feminine Collective? One Isis Oracle card for my Feminine Collective. Make it fall out, please. Okay, 2 fell out, but this one, I'm not going to take it. If it's meant to fall out, it'll fall out again. All right. Life restored. Okay. Spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Life restored brings messages that a trauma, ending, struggle, or apparent defeat is not the end of the story for you now. What may appear to be an ending can sometimes simply be the forces of ancient feminine power flowing into new pathways. What? I love this. Pulling energy away from old forms so that they can transition into new forms. This can take short or long periods of time. It could be over days or years, weeks, months, decades. It doesn't matter how long something appears to have been decaying. It will spring back into life at the right time. Just as the river Nile subtly adjusts its course over time, so too will the river of light that flows through you, filling you with life force and divine energy. Move with innate wisdom. You can trust what is happening for you now. Something important to you is coming back to life. It might even feel like you are coming back to life after a period of increasing emotional numbness, physical or psychological struggle, or spiritual disillusionment. It might also be a lifestyle practice, business, or relationship, new or old, that is coming to life now. You are guided by Divine Priestess of the Phoenix, Sister Isis, to turn your face to the sun. Just as a sacred scarab beetle follows the movement of the sun, you are encouraged to focus on the light and life that is seeking you now. Do not resign yourself to the way things have been. Let go of the past. Be brave and bold, and allow the Phoenix Priestess to inspire you to realize that the return of life, the restoration, the resurrection is upon you now. Have hope and optimism. Just because something has fallen away in the past does not mean it will not have value and be able to grow in the present moment. Take what is going to be offered in your life, the rebirth that is happening, into your wide open arms now, and be assured that you have transitioned through the energies of death and into new life now. Peace to you, dear initiate of the light. The past is over. Enjoy your rebirth. Wow, Divine Feminine. I love you guys so much, so much, so much. Please make sure you share, comment, email me, book a private service. I love you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.